Well, this week at the Cattle Industry Convention, we talked about a lot of things. Randy Blach was there from Cattlefax and shared a few minutes with us. He said it's starting to become a different picture after a rough ride for the folks in the cattle industry.
Well, I would say it's cautiously optimistic. We've gone through a lot in the cattle industry here, not having enough shackle space the last 18 months and working through the backlog that was created with COVID. And we can just start to see the nose of the plane starting to pick up. We're working through the front end supply. Demand is phenomenal. I mean, when you got demand at a 33-year high, you have to be optimistic, and I think producers are starting to see that.
On that demand front, we've saved a lot of money in America over the past year, and some folks are spending it. A lot of traveling going on right now. Other expenditures have been made, buying automobiles when they can. What's the look of consumer demand for beef here over the next year or so?
Well, I think you have to be optimistic when you look at the overall situation. We were closed out of so many markets with restaurants closed down in most of 2020. We saw the upswing in that in the spring of 21 as these restaurants started to open up. You could see that in where wholesale beef prices moved to, the second highest prices in history. Again, we saw it across all protein prices. Now we have exports picking in. We have consumers around the globe that love our product. We've got the highest quality beef product in the planet, and they love grain-fed beef. So it looks like beef exports will be up 15% and record high this year. So it's not just the domestic customer, it's the global customer that is voting with their wallet book.
Randy says that backlog of cattle from those packing plant closures last year still hasn't totally been worked through, but he's optimistic that it will soon be. Oh, and those packer profit margins, yes, they have been huge indeed. And Randy commented to me.
I think the message for producers out there is this. When you have demand this high and we have that much packer profitability, as things come back in balance, that money is going to shift back from the packers back to the producer pockets. And we're very close to seeing it's actually starting to move right now.
It's beginning to move that direction right now.
It is. It definitely is. We've got calf prices that are about $25 a hundred higher than they were a year ago. Feeder cattle prices the same. Fed cattle prices are starting to break out. We've been 17 weeks in here plus or minus 120. And we're just in the process of breaking out of that. So we've got some better times ahead for the producers, and boy, we need it.
Randy says contrary to what many people think, the markets have been working in his view. He said it's just been very unfortunate that there have been far more cattle than packing capacity at times.
I would just be very cautious that the last thing we really want to do, in my opinion, I've been doing this 40 years, is to invite the government in to fix this problem. I mean, I think that would be a terrible long-term mistake for the U.S. cattle and beef industry, particularly when you look at what's going on. The message is clear. We've got beef demand at a 33-year high. That didn't happen just by happening. That was very intentional with the industry focused on quality, focused on giving the consumer what they wanted, and the consumers have responded. Again, we've got the highest quality beef cow herd and product that we've ever put on the market, 83% choice and prime. Max, when you and I both started, we were producing 50% choice and prime, and heck, we had no clue. It was the flip of the coin on what we were really producing. So it's been a major, major change for our industry.
Randy Blach, CEO of Cattlefax for the past 20 years, says yes, there sure are some good times ahead. He believes, Mike, there'll be some profitability for all the folks throughout the beef cattle industry.